So some people say never service your automatic transmission because then it will break down. I've never had that happen. To be honest, it's the opposite. Service the transmission, it runs better after servicing it. I think some people just wait too long to service it, or maybe it's a DIY job, or I don't know. Some people say something about flush, but notice this fluid here, this transmission fluid is really, really dark. It's a burnt orange color. One of the things is seal, really quick for the torque converter. There's a plug. You want to use this seal. It's oil resistant, and there's the plug. But it always runs better with fresh fluid. Keep in mind this vehicle has over 291,000 miles, so it's getting pretty close on that 300-mile mark. But look at this piece of paper. That's not what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to be a reddish pinkish color. Now, one of the things that I think people make a mistake is maybe they don't fill up the fluid completely, or they don't warm it up before they check the level. This is the plug, so make sure that it's right in the middle when you're draining it, but then use a bar to turn the wheel so it's off. That way when you put the plug, there's no oil directly under it, so it has a chance to seal. So maybe that's one of the reasons why. The other thing too is, well, that's the pry bar I used to turn the flywheel. Oh, another thing, just put everything in a pail or a bucket, and then there's usually recycling centers where you can take this used fluid and recycling. But everything looks pretty good. All those marks that you see, those are actually that's just damage to the tub from using it for mixing other stuff. But other than that, no big material. There's a filter, so I am replacing the filter. And look at the color, and there's material as expected. But the vehicle after this, it ran better. I actually installed a trans command. Look at the magnet, it looks like a chocolate donut. So make sure you clean the magnet, and make sure you install it before you install the pan, or else you're going to have to drop the pan again. So that's something very important. And then clean all the edges out, as I'm going to point out shortly. I ended up using 14.5 quarts. So once it's hot, it measures halfway in the hot mark. And this is how I filled it up. The other thing too that I want to note is put the rear. I put the rear end up in the air. I was just using jack stands, and then hold it down. Try to be as safe as you can, but I run the vehicle in the air for 15 to 25 minutes. 15 minutes, the fluid should warm up, but then I go through every single gear up in the air just to make sure there's fluid all throughout the transmission. So I'm wondering if some people do the DIY job, but they run it immediately after, so maybe there isn't fluid in every bit of the transmission, and maybe that's why a lot of people think that replacing the fluid will actually damage the transmission, but I don't think that's true. I've never had that problem. If anything, they always run better after I replace the fluid. And yes, I'm using Mercon 5 because Mercon 5 is what the factory calls for, and I'm not going to risk it. The other thing that you probably noticed in the pan, it didn't have the yellow plug that comes out of the factory, so this transmission has been serviced before. This isn't the first service. The only thing is, I'm going to service it sooner. Hope this was helpful. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.